Morning. I haven't done a vlog in such a long time. I don't think I even did one in the past 3 years. I just feel like, you know, with vlogs, there's so many clips and so many bits and bobs to kind of add into it. I just get overwhelmed and then I'm like, no, I can't do it. Plus, I think that my life's not that interesting. But today I wanted to show you a little bit of like an insight into my life and what I do as a entrepreneur, creator, part-time job situation. And I'm gonna take you through my experience while I just do my makeup and just talk you through my current situation, my plan for the day, because actually today is a pretty interesting one. So I've got a bit of a mix of all the things that I do in the day in this particular day, so you'll get to sort of see a little insight into what my life looks like working towards, you know, working full-time as, you know, an entrepreneur in my passion, but also making sure that I, you know, look after myself, my financial stability at the same time. I decided to change my top just because I feel like the other one, I've definitely made a video recently wearing that. I mean, it is cute, but this one is quite nice too. It's got like a little V, I don't know, it's just giving Y2K energy. Oh, hi. I regret the fact that I haven't fake tanned. I feel very like naked, but we proceed, and I'm going to talk to you about my entire life, explain what's been going on. Presumably you have followed me because I talk about growth, mindset, work, spirituality, and actually I haven't really talked a lot about my own personal life, so I'm going to go into that while I do a little bit of makeup because I'm making content today. Usually I get up at like 9 or 10, but today I got up at 11, stayed in bed till 12, just because I'm not going to lie, I've been working several days in a row because I work retail and hospitality. I have like 2 jobs and it's obviously quite intense. Like, it's like hard work, you know, physically. So I was just knackered and my body needed a bit more rest, and that's okay. So I've taken it a bit slow this morning, but have got up. I've got a plan for today. To give a rundown on my current situation, I graduated from uni in 2021, and then I had 3 corporate jobs, one in fashion, one in skincare and like CBD, and then the other in security. I feel like I enjoyed them for a period of time. Like, I liked that sort of corporate life, fast pace, you know, energetic feel, and I like going to an office. Like, I found it really exciting, especially because I was like thinking about what I would have like loved as a child. Not a child, sorry, but I remember when I was like younger and I really romanticized this whole idea of corporate life and, you know, working the 9 till 5 and living quite like a glamorous, fast-paced situation. And I've just discovered through those corporate jobs that that's just not for me at all. I like the fast-pacedness. Like, I can work really hard and I have no problem with working hard and putting in the effort, because I actually probably work harder now than I ever did in corporate. But because I'm doing something that's like for me, and because I enjoy the work that I'm doing, which is, you know, my businesses and social media, it doesn't, you know, because I'm in flow state, it doesn't really feel like work, even though I am technically like working harder and putting in more hours. It just doesn't feel like that. And anyway, so I had these 3 corporate jobs spanning from like the end of 2021 to February 2023, so last year. The roles were in marketing management and office management, executive assistant, and then like social media manager, brand manager, that kind of thing. I was a creative director for a period of time for the first fashion brand, which was really fun. I got to do like a bunch of shoots. I collaborated with an American brand. We gained like loads of followers. I did a whole campaign video. It was really, really fun. And I was really able to get my editing, you know, really good. Basically, I'm just really grateful for all the experiences because it's made me realize what I don't want to do. Like, I don't want to work for somebody else. In every single like role, I would resist it. I hated the fact that I had to answer to somebody. I resented the fact that, you know, people would speak to me like shit, that I would be micromanaged, that people wouldn't trust me. They would take the piss with my boundaries. Like, for example, in my second job, it was literally like frowned upon to like leave on time because there was this culture that you had to stay like an extra hour even though you weren't getting paid for it, which to me is insane. Like, I had to push through that discomfort of being like, I know everybody's saying like what the fuck or whatever, or certainly the CEO was, knowing that they were saying that while I like left early, and they'd be kind of like looking down on me like, what are you doing? But obviously they knew they couldn't really say anything because that's what they were paying me for. But it was just this like idea and culture of like, you should want to give more, and you should be like motivated further than money, but I was like, I'm literally miserable here. Like, you treat your staff like shit, you micromanage, like I'm literally gonna give you what you paid me for, and that's it. My first job as well, like it was awful. They threatened to not pay me my last salary because they thought that I was like taking over or something. But the thing is, I wasn't. She just gave me a lot of responsibility, and I think she was like, wait a minute, I wish I maybe didn't give me as much sort of like responsibility in the business. So she kind of regretted it, and instead of just saying that, she just, you know, threatened me and made out as if like I was trying to take over, and I don't really believe that I was actually quite conscious of not making her feel like that. You know what it's like when you fuck with people's egos. So yeah, and then I decided that I was like, fuck corporate, I can't be doing it, like it makes me sad, certainly in the UK. Actually, side note, I am moving to Australia in a couple months, and I am going to get a corporate job out there, but I just feel like the culture's going to be different. I don't know, I just feel like, you know, being around the beach, being around the sun, being in a different type of culture, I don't know, and also like standard of living. Here, you can be on like 35,000 and barely making ends meet. Anyway, I decided I wasn't going to do corporate. So in February 2023, so literally a year ago, like now, I decided to get a job in hospitality. I was like, I want something that I don't take home with me. All this time, by the way, I had started my business the June before. So I started my business called Hyder Creative, which is my social media marketing consultancy, coaching and content creation agency. Mouthful. But it's important that we got the 3 season. But it actually just started off as wanting to guide people on, you know, social media strategy, develop like a social media strategy for small brands and that kind of thing. In the background of all this time, I had that company and I'd had a couple clients, I've been making content for people. So that started in June 2022, and then I got like my 4th client in July 2023. And I was finding hospitality at that point very, very challenging. I'm a sensitive little chicken, so I found it really difficult to deal with some of the physical expectations of the job. It was like hot, sticky, fast paced. I was finding it hard, so I decided to take a break from hospitality and just focus on my businesses and my clients. And I was able to be like a full-time entrepreneur for that period of time, which was really amazing. And it just meant that I could get back some of the time that I wanted for myself, because I just feel like I've been giving it away so often. Anyway, fast forward to November, I decided to get back into work again just to support myself so I could go on holiday with my partner and everything. I met my partner in the first hospitality job that I had. He's a chef, so that was like the best thing that ever happened to me. So I moved in with him in November and got a new job. I actually got 2. So at the moment I'm working in retail in a store in town, and then I'm also working in a wine bar. It's like 4 days a week, so just on the cusp of like full time. On the other days I work on my businesses and I work on my social media. So that's like my little rundown. So I have 3 businesses. I have my life coaching, which actually I've got a client call today, which I'll show you. I have my Hyder Creative, which is my social media marketing consultancy, content creation and coaching firm. And then I also have my manifestation and wellness journal planner range called Hyder Club. You know, I'm really hoping when I go to Australia to be able to do events there, or manifestation events, life sort of development, self-development events there, and incorporate my products. That's kind of really where I'm at. I'm really going for it on YouTube and TikTok now. I just realized that that's what makes me like really happy. And I've finally got over to this point where like I'm actually consistent. So I show up for myself every day. I think before I used to get like so disheartened. I'd be like, why are things not working? You know, I keep posting and things don't work. And now I've kind of like got over that hump of getting in my own way. And actually when I've just gone for it and focused on the quantity rather than smashing it every single time I post, it's got so much better. It's got so much easier. And actually my content is resonating with people. It's like I've just relaxed. Once I've done with this, I'm going to film some content. Feeling very, you know, one of my corporate jobs, and this is why it's really good to get experience, because you never know what you're going to learn, you never know what you're going to find out. I use this scheduling software in my old job called Later, and I'm going to sign up for it for my business accounts as well, because I feel like I'm getting really overwhelmed with how much content I actually have to make for like both myself and my personal brand, but also my businesses. So this scheduling software, basically you, as the name implies, you schedule the content in advance. And so it means like throughout the week, I have content going out, but I'm not having to be online all the time. So it just reduces the amount of time I'm online. A lot of my imposter syndrome and a lot of my sort of feelings of inadequacy come from being present on social media way too much. And I realized that like if I was gonna get out of my own way and actually focus on my goals, I had to be a bit more discerning about my time on social media. As much as I love it and as much as I enjoy being on it and making content and stuff, that doesn't mean to say that I have to be consuming it all the time, because it's just not healthy. So that's one part of the day. I also, so I'm gonna be making content, scheduling content. I've got my live coaching call, which I told you about at the beginning. And then I'm probably gonna go to a cafe in the afternoon to just do some work there, answer some emails. I actually have to quit my jobs because I'm actually moving home so that I can save up for Australia for like a couple months. So I actually need to like send emails and like quit my jobs. I'm also going to, I'm gonna ask my boss at work if I can film myself. Before I do like the cafe and go to work, I'm gonna get some content. There's an outfit that I really wanna get a picture of and some content of. So I'm gonna go to my rooftop and just get some content up there. Like how do I make my lips like go from that to that? Like, look at the difference. Especially when I've got like a full face. Being able to do this accentuation, just, yum. Use my little Fenty. I try and have like a TikTok content day per week or maybe twice a week, and I try and do around 7 to 10 videos per week so that I've got content to post 3 times a day for the rest of that week. Same with YouTube. So I try and film at least once a week, and I try and do it 1 to 2 weeks in advance so that every time I'm editing during that week, I already have like 1 or 2 ones that I've already filmed, so that if I have a week where I feel ill or I don't feel so good or I'm just not mentally there, then I still have something to edit. Okay, so I've done a little bit of content, as you would have seen, the behind the scenes, breaking the fourth wall situation. And I use my little ring light to do that. So I just feel like ever since I've been using that, I just feel so much more confident online. I don't know what it is. I just feel like I'm like just, moving a lot more, like I'm being a bit more impassioned. I just really like that little light. It's sorted me out. So just feel like my content is kind of like improved in terms of the quality. I am gonna make some shakshuka. So my partner is Libyan Algerian and he makes this incredible shakshuka. And I've been trying to practice making it as good or just good in general. So I'm gonna be making that for lunch, which I'm so excited about. It's like one of my favorite meals. We literally have it at least once a week at this point. So gonna make that for lunch. But before I do any of that, I'm gonna schedule a few posts because it only takes me about 15 minutes to schedule a few posts. So I'm gonna do that really quickly and show you the process because it's actually very simple. And the things that take the most effort are things like writing the caption and thinking about SEO, because honestly the content's already done. It's already sick. So I've already done the schedule for today. Go into a little bit more detail on that. So what we're really looking at is probably Thursday, Friday, Saturday at this point. So I scroll down and just find a piece of content that I've done. I'm like, okay, I try and alternate it between like a picture of me, a video of me, and then maybe like a lifestyle-y one. But I think I've just done a lifestyle one, so I'm gonna pick one that's of me, maybe this one. So I schedule that for like 9 o'clock, but I've got Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Pinterest, and I can literally write like a caption and it just does it for all of them. Just gonna do that for the next 15 to 20 minutes. As an entrepreneur, I've really realized that I need to like smarten up my processes. So for example, if I want to remain consistent, I obviously have to schedule in advance and I have to schedule across all platforms to make sure that my content is being seen by as many eyes as possible if I want to grow. All of these little tasks, like I try and do what Grace Beverly says, which is like think about the time. I try and say, okay, I'm going to spend 20 minutes on this, I'm going to spend 45 minutes on that. So typically when it comes to scheduling my posts, I will try and just do 15 to 20 minutes because otherwise I just get distracted. Like my brain is not there. Same with content. I try and do like maybe 5 videos to 7 depending on how quick they are, but then just have a break because otherwise I get overwhelmed. Doing it in short bursts really helps, and having like a content day, which by the way today is. I have my live coaching call after lunch as well, so I'm going to take some content, do the live coaching call. I'm not going to go out, can't be bothered. I'm going to leave that to when I actually have to go to work. Yeah, hopefully it'll be like grey instead of raining, and we'll get some good shots. So I will show you that after lunch. So as I predicted, the sun has come out. Love to see it. So we're gonna go to the rooftop now while, strike while the iron is hot and get some content. Probably by the time I get there, it will be shit again. It keeps going in and out, but we're gonna take our chance, get some gorgeous sun-kissed content, and that's gonna make up probably the kind of early afternoon after I just had lunch. Actually, while I was like cooking, I handed in my notices. So yeah, I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to go home, get a new job, and like work towards, going to Australia, which I'm really excited about. As you would have seen, my partner popped back for lunch from his break. So had a quick bite of shakshuka together, had a chat. It's like those sort of situations that just make me feel so privileged, because I get to like hang out at home, like work on things that really matter to me, and then like get to see him for an hour during his shift, and then obviously this evening. So yeah, I just feel like I'm just so blessed. I'm gonna change my outfit. I'm gonna put up my hair just because I feel like this is a particularly slick look, but I've already got my jewelry on, and yeah, I've already kind of got my shots in mind. So yeah, see you on the rooftop. Oh my God. Okay, so I've just headed up to the rooftop terrace on my building. I have not had like a content day for a really long time. Because I just feel like I just haven't had any good outfits. Like I feel like I've like lost passion for it like a little bit. I'm feeling like really in the mood to do it today. Views at night here are gorgeous. In the day, not so much, but it's still nice. So yeah, I'm gonna take some content now. So watch the space. I really hate filming content in the UK. It's just so fucking cold. Like my hands are like ice cubes right now. Like it's literally like nearly March and it's so cold. Like I can't wait to move to like a hotter country where I can actually film content in peace. Also, you can see like how I do it by myself. I've got my little bendy spider tripod, so I really like that. Anyway, next thing on the list. Okay, I've got everything ready for the call. So what I typically do is make some notes for 30 minutes while I just ask, the prospective client questions, and yeah, just kind of get like a little feel for their situation. So yeah, I'm about to go on in literally 2 minutes. I've got everything ready. I'll kind of look back on it. If they want to sign up for a course, then I'll look at their situation and come up with like a bespoke course for them for whatever amount of time they choose. So that's what I'm about to do. I'm gonna head on the call now, and yeah, just watch me as I basically do work. Hi, you okay? So yeah, I absolutely love those calls. I love hearing about like other people's experiences and how I can help them. Like life coaching literally makes me so happy. As you will know from my YouTube and also my TikTok, I love talking about all things like self-improvement, self-development. So like any opportunity I can get to use my knowledge to kind of talk to other people about it and help other people with it just like makes me the happiest person in the world, honestly. My last task before I'm gonna head to work, by the way, as you would have seen, I would have got dressed for work. I just put this on because I'm cold, but I'm gonna be wearing my blazer, which we'll see. but it's just a bit chilly in this house and a blazer just does not cut it. So I'm gonna go downstairs to like the foyer area in my building, do a bit of editing, put my laptop back up, and yeah, head off to work, which I feel okay about it. I feel a bit like drained, but hey ho, I'm just gonna go anyway. And then I'm like done in terms of like content creation stuff for the day. What a varied life I lead. Okay, so I'm just off to work now. I will be able to film myself while at work. My boss was calm with it. Yeah, feeling sophisticated. It's a very sophisticated bar. Like it's very refined, like it's a wine bar. So yeah, it's probably like the most sophisticated place I've worked in. It's called Blossom Street Social and it's in Ancoats area. And yeah, I'm just gonna take you along my shift today.
Going down. Doors closed.
So just got back, not gonna lie, slightly waved. I had a Vino Verde while I was, while we were finishing our shift and we were just like closing up. Now I'm cooking pizzas, cannot wait, woo. So yeah, I'm gonna wait for Anas to come home and then we're gonna watch the rest of Howl's Moving Castle on our projector in our room. So I will show that and then it'll be time for me to go to bed for my shift tomorrow morning, so excited.